Hello everyone, this is Neha Sharma, and today in this video we will complete poem number 4, Childhood, which is written by Marcus Netton. So dear students, we have studied two stanzas of this poem where we found that the speaker or the poet wonders that when his childhood go away. In the first stanza, he just ask a rhetorical question that whether when he has crossed the age of 11 and when he realizes no hell and heaven, right, that is only imagination. So at that time, was that the time when his childhood lost? In the second stanza, he asked about, he just came to know when the hypocritic nature of the adults, right, when he realized that the adults, they seem to be different, but they are different. They always preach love, they talk about love, but their actions are mismatched with that, okay, from their scene. So stanza number 3 we have to today. So please let's see stanza number 3 of your poem. Open your book on page number 58, stanza number 3. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine, to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? So this is stanza number 3, where the poet again using the same line. The first, here also you can notice the first and the last line of the stanza are same. So once again there is what you can say refrain here in this stanza, first line and the last line. Now he is raising once again a rhetorical question. He wonders whether he has lost his childhood when he realized, in the second line, see, when I found my mind was really mine. So when he realized that his mind was really his own, that is, he could think independently and use it the way he desired. Okay, so earlier actually when he was a kid, so he asked his parents, his adults, his elders for everything, but now he is having developed a mind and he could think independently. So was it the day, he is just making a guess, was that the day when he realized? And to use whichever way I chose. So this he is talking to his mind, producing thoughts that were not those of other people. So he is once again realizing that the day when he realized that he could produce his own thoughts only, and the opinion that needed not to depend on the opinion of others, and saying that the poet thinks whether that was the day when he lost his childhood. So after realizing the hypocrisy of the adults, so in this stanza, in a way, the poet probably referring to his past experiences which are not very good. Perhaps he was earlier affected by what people would say. However, when he grew up, he realized that other people cannot form his opinions. His mind is his only, his own, and he can think on his own. So in this third stanza, the poet has taken the theme of egotism, right, which adds a different layer of poetic imagination in the poem. And Marcus Netton talks about the psychological change in the adults. Children remain less concerned about themselves, rather they observe others and they immerse themselves in the thoughts, not concerning their own. When the kid matures, his or her mind comes into action. It is alert all the time, indulge in the service of the master. So this is what here in this stanza number 3, there is a feeling of, it's a feeling of individuality also, you can say, that his thoughts are individual now and he is thinking as individual now, right? So what we have learnt in this stanza the poet is trying to guess when he actually lost his childhood once again here in this passage, in this stanza. And he is just realizing that it was the day when he realized that his mind could think independently, forming his own opinions and being able to take his own decisions. He gained a sense of individuality, which set him free from the opinions of others, and his own individual opinions and experiences shape his thoughts now. And he realized that this might have been the time when he lost his childhood and his innocence completely. Now let's discuss the rhyming scheme of this poem, this stanza, stanza number 3. So let's have a look on this. See, the first line is ending with go, right? The last word here is go, then mine, then choose, then people, then alone, and then day. So here you can see there is no rhyming scheme in this stanza number 3, because the last word which are underlined, they are not having the rhyming scheme with any word which is in the end of the lines. So this stanza has been written in free verse. There is no rhyming scheme of this, right? Now next we will talk about the poetic devices of this stanza. So you can see here that the very important one I want to tell you here, that this line, if you will read this line, producing thoughts that were not of those people. See, whose work is this? To produce. It's a work of machines. So here this producing thoughts, right, when he started to produce thoughts, his own thoughts. So this time was actually being compared to producing thoughts, means to machine, right? So where it is producing thoughts, there it is working as metaphor. What is this? It is metaphor. If we'll talk about another poetic device here, so you can see enjambment also, producing thoughts that they were not those of people, but my own and my alone. So here in this line, here you can say this line is getting in without any punctuation mark, right? And next one is starting, and we have to, if we want to completely understand this meaning of this line, so we have to go to the next line, but my own thought and mine alone was the day. So here it is what this second third means the fourth, fifth and sixth, okay, or you can say in fourth and fifth line there is what? Enjambment, right, where poet has taken the turn but without using any punctuation mark. Clear? First one we have discussed already, that in first line and in last line there is what? Refrain, because it's a repetition of the same line. Now one more is there, that is what? In this third line you can say to use whichever way I chose. To use whichever way I chose. So actually it should be I chose the way, right? But this is written here I choose here, to which is actually they have written it here, but actually it should be I choose the way whichever, I choose whichever way, it should be like that. So there is the structure of the sentences has been changed here, right? So this is what? This is occurrence of inversion. This is occurrence of inversion in this third line, okay? And if we will talk about this fourth line once again, here you can notice that this third line, producing thoughts that were not those of other people. So here occurrence of o, there are many sounds, right, and this o has been used many times. So this is what? This is assonance also, when the repetition of a, e, I, o, u is at the is there in the closely written words or in the consecutive words. So there it is known as assonance, okay? It's use of a, e, I, o, u. And but my own and mine alone. Now in this m and m, but my own and mine alone. Here you can say there is alliteration also, m and m, but because there is, you can guess that there is alliteration, but there you have to notice that there is one comma, right? So you cannot, it is not necessary to write down here, because after the punctuation mark you cannot do here the alliteration, right? In the same line you have to do that. In this stanza number 3, we can have one more alliteration here. In this line you can say it is whichever way. So whichever way is given here, and this is what? This is the closely written word, the consecutive words, and W is there in the starting of the word. So what is that? This is also one kind of alliteration here. Now next let's come to stanza number 3 of the poem. It says, where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. Okay, so once again here the poet in this final stanza, he again wonders that where has his childhood go. Here you can see the first line of the stanza is, where did my childhood go, right? Again, earlier it was what? When did my childhood go? But this time it is, where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. So here what the poet is saying, again he is asking that question, and he just guessed that perhaps it went. Here it is used for childhood in second line, you can say. So perhaps it went to a place which is forgotten, which he does not know that where that place is. Or finally the poet says that he can see his childhood and innocence that is hidden in the face of an infant only, and that is only the place where it is found, but it is not there on his own face. It has gone from him. So what we have learnt in this last stanza, that here poet he has changed his question from when to where, right? And he just guessed that his childhood can be found in the innocent face. Whose innocent face is the infant? Infant means the baby, right? So that is on its face, on the baby's face of a child who does not have any you can say the pretensions and the rationality, and no hypocrisy is there, who trust other unconditionally, right? In other words, a small child is full of innocence, and there one can find one's own childhood, right? So this he wanted to say it in this last stanza. If we talk about the poetic devices of this last stanza, so let's first decide what is the rhyming scheme of this stanza. So where did my childhood go? This is what? This is go, then place, then face and no. So the first and the last are rhyming. So both of them are A and A. Place and face both are matching. So this is B, B. So what is the rhyming scheme of this? It's A, B, B, A, right? In third stanza there was no rhyming scheme. It was written. So there is you can say enjambment is not there, but here in this second, third and fourth line, that's hidden in an infant's face. Here you can say, right? So both of the lines are getting started with the same word, that's. So that is what? When the repetition of the same words in the starting of the lines, so that is known as what? Anaphora. So there is occurrence of anaphora here, and one very important here, he has called it went to some forgotten place. This it he has used for what? This he has used for childhood. So this is what? Personification, right? This is very important. So we have decided about rhyming scheme, that is what? A, B, B, A. And then we have talked about refrain, but no refrain is there because he has changed his line from when to where, right? So no refrain is there. and we discussed about that's hidden in and that's all. So that is what in the starting of the line, that is what, that is anaphora, and that's what in it very important, that is what, that is personification, right. So this was there in this poem. Now let's once again we will discuss it what is written here in this last stanza. So here he becomes practical actually, no, and he accepts that he is an adult now. He can no longer think like a child and cry over the spilled milk. What is gone is gone. Now he asks himself that where the childhood had gone. It might have gone to a place where he cannot visit anymore, and suddenly the truth appears in his mind. In reality, he is an adult. But the essence of childhood is always there in the heart of a child and the happy face of an infant. Purity is glittering in the full luster, and there is no reason to be sad. Those innocent faces brimming with the hope of a new day and always there to cheer him up. That's all he knows in the end of the poem. So this was your poem, Childhood. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make the notes of this. This poem was on the theme childhood, hypocrisy and egotism, or you can say individuality also, right. So you have to just make the notes, write the explanation, and very important thing, new words also you have to write down with the poetic devices. Thank you very much for today.